All right, Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who rule well, peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. And the information war, all right, has been lost, all right? The information war has been lost, all right? Now, this is not just about the matters going over there overseas, where we all know ever since this whole 7th of October thing, he's been looking crazy. You know, they coming out of tunnels in New York. They got live footage of what they doing to, you know, the kid. Like he just, like 10 kids just got killed playing at a foosball table. Esau just saw them and just bombed their ass. And then now everybody sees it, but even outside of that, the information war has been lost, man. I was just meditating on this, that people have kind of lifted the veil, which I'll get to Isaiah 25, because that scripture's on my spirit this week, you know, heavy, all right, because that's the thing, when we finally see it, man, you're gonna break down and like thank you, Lord, man. But it's not just that, it's just things like if you notice, like these trends on TikTok, like women are crying out about having to be a boss babe and having to work, and why aren't men approaching? Because that feminism was another veil, all right, that got uncovered. So this is not just the devil showing his violence, okay? This is him. His whole scheme is being discovered, man. Okay, and to discover means to take something that was covered and uncover it. All right, and that's what you have going on. The American dream: just work hard, get a 9 to 5. That whole thing has crumbled. Okay, and the scriptures say the joy of a hypocrite is but for a moment, you know, and it took a while, all right, and really, I think the things that happened in October 7th, that was kind of like the turning point of it all right? I want to go to Sirach, 12 and 10, precept we bring out all the time, okay? There's something in there I just want to highlight. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 8. All right. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity. All right. And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Okay. That's very, very spiritual and powerful, man. Obviously, as part of the scriptures, it all is. But, you know, as pertinent to this point, it was very hard for Jake to even realize that he was oppressed. For a lot of people, man, they didn't know that working a 9 to 5, going to public school, they teaching you some bull. Meanwhile, you get pulled over and you don't even know basic rights. Well, what kind of education is that, man? Police officers can just take advantage of you. You sitting in a jail cell. You didn't even know, you know, certain rights you had. And you had your ass hemmed up. You done lost your job. All right. All of these things were going on. Okay. And you didn't realize it. Why? Because he's selling you a dream, man. All right. This is something that a pimp would do to to one of his consorts. Use that word, if I can use that word. All right. He'll sell her a dream. Like, look, you need me. Without me, you nothing. That's the pimp game, man. Okay. Look at how much money you made with me. What you think you're gonna do on your own? Nah, you broken. You know, I'm the thing that keeps you together. That's the pimp game Esau is basically put on people, man. Now, when you get out of line, he reminds you, just like that pimp of backhanded one. You know, when you get out of line, he's got to remind you. And how does Esau do that? A crisis, man. He'll do something crazy, man. All that shit he was doing in Katrina, the earthquake in Haiti. All right, which we you know, these things have asterisks behind them. You know, that mysterious fire that happened in Hawaii last year. All right, and say, see, look, you need organizations that I got, FEMA, the Red Cross. All right, you need funding. You know, like that pipeline mysteriously blew up over there, you know, in the Nordic Sea, the Nord Stream. And he said, oh, well, look, I got you, man. If it wasn't for, forgive me. He's basically saying, if it wasn't for me, you know, Europe, y'all would be screwed. But when you look Pierre behind it, he was always behind it, man. You can't, he guides himself as a friend, and it's hard to see because you're getting things from him. All right. But in a time of adversity, all right, you start to question things. You start, well, you start to ask and be a little bit more critical. You have more critical thought. Well, can I trust this person? Okay. You know, now that real danger is a possibility, it's visible. All right, which it always was there, but now it's visible. You start to question things. Okay. But now the earth has gone into a phase of adversity on economics, on their social lives. The likes on Instagram don't hit the same as they once did for these women, and for a lot of men too. Okay, because the dopamine chemicals in your body, there's a diminishing return. This is why dope heads, crackheads, you know, heroin addicts, they need to take more and more and more to accomplish the same feeling, because your chemicals they dud out on you, man. Okay. And it's not hitting the same, and people are feeling it now. They're feeling it in their wallet now. They're starting to see this war thing. These are not just coincidences. It seems like there's always a war. There's always something we gotta sign off on. We gotta sign a bill to give more money. Okay? And so he's been controlling things through social media, through these algorithms, but now there's no algorithm powerful enough, okay, to offset things that the things that he's got going on in the earth, and people feel it more. Why? Because he couldn't help himself, man. Esau could have had everybody completely distracted if he had everything cheap and affordable. People will be ignoring the things he's been doing over there in Europe, overseas. All right, they would be ignoring the fact that all of the women have basically become whores and normalized it if they could eat. But now everything is compromised, man. Okay. So he messed up because he's exhibiting that behavior we see in Habakkuk 2. The book of Habakkuk chapter 2. Okay. Where he cannot be satisfied. All right. I know I'm ranting off this one precept here, but Ecclesiasticus 12:8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be known in adversity. And he's gotten by staving off adversity from you, by insulating you, making you comfortable. But you're not really in better case. You're fat, you're lazy, you don't know anything. You're reliant on most people are reliant on their smartphone. Most people will start panicking without just having their smartphone on them. All right. This is verse 9. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in adversity, all right, a friend will depart. And that's basically what's happened. Okay, he's departed from you. All right, wage inequality is at an all-time high, and he ain't got no answers. He's like, well, get a third job. Okay, work Uber Eats. He's not gonna work and say, well, why are they charging $4 for an apple in some places in California for a single apple, man? He's not gonna work on that. He's gonna go, no, you just gotta see, he's departed. Okay, now that he's ran it up on you. Okay, so now we get to the real point. He was never an individual that you could trust, and people are starting to realize that, and they're speaking out against it. And as soon as they're speaking out against it, all right, what is he doing? He's literally abandoned free speech now. Okay, and telling you to shut up, sit down and shut up. Now you can see, well, this thing that you thought it was is not what it was. All right. Verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right. And this thing is about to blow up. Okay. and I believe these protests are way worse than what they really are. What's being covered, all right. He's been able to curate reality to what he wants you to see it as, okay. And through the media and through gaming these algorithms. But then you got TikTok snuck in there. You know, they owned by China. They snuck in there. They got their own algorithm, and it's better than Esau's algorithm. You know, just from how it works logically. All right, and even though they spit a lot of poison on there, they also allow you to see the things that the small hat run society doesn't want you to see, and you can't undo it. You can't unsee things, man. Once you see something, you saw it. All right, and it says, though he humbled himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass. All right. Because the people that have been guising themselves as the world's biggest victims, all right, we know who we talking about here, all right. It's come to find out that they are a satanic, wicked group of individuals, man. Okay, and they expose themselves, man. All right. It says, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Like, oh, wait a minute. We just read about what he was doing just 60, 70, 80 years ago, man. All right? But y'all forgot because you got comfortable. All right? Y'all forgot because you got comfortable. Okay? Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Okay, so this is what we have going on. The information war is basically been lost, and once that happens, okay, violence is getting ready to come down. These migrants that cross the border, okay, that are probably still crossing the border, you know, as we speak, by the millions, okay, they're gonna get active. They're gonna get busy. People are gonna start disappearing out here. Okay. Y'all are going to come to the conclusion this guy really does not give a damn at all whatsoever. Okay. He's not a reasonable person. The Most High created, he's the villain that the Most High created. Now, if the Most High took your time out to create a villain, best believe they going to be wicked, man. Best believe that, man. All right. Let me go to Habakkuk 2 since I quoted it earlier. Habakkuk 2. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. All right. But the just shall live by his faith. And that's the only way you're going to get out of this. You protesting on the college campus is not going to get you out of this. You going and crying at Joe Biden and getting into politics and calling your congressman and your senator, you know, outraged. You know, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter. None of this is going to get you out of this. Your faith in Yahweh Shemi Hawashai is the only thing that's going to get you out of this. And, you know, I don't hate to say it, I love to say it, but that's only for the Israelites, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and whoever else may be scattered that look like other heathen. Okay, you got Israelites that look like, you know, so-called Palestinian people, that look like so-called Jewish people, all right, that look like so-called white people, that look like Hamites, that look like, you know, Moabites or Chinese people, all right? We're going to look like all different kinds of people, but if your lineage does not go back to Jacob, don't even worry about crying out to the Most High. As a matter of fact, know that when you cry out, the Most High is going to be laughing at you. Why? Because this is all, you're all accountable for this, man. Y'all sat there and let all of the money come in. It was all good just a week ago, you know, as the song says, about how y'all was running it up. You know, you got markets like the real estate market. It just goes up and up and up and up and up, man. You know, y'all buy a house and your wealth just increase without doing anything, man. All right, y'all get more money, you know, and had nothing to say about how these iPhones are being made. Y'all are just enjoying the iPhones. Meanwhile, you got the Moabites over there, you know, jumping off of buildings because they stressed out working 30-hour shifts. Okay. For pennies, Okay, y'all ignored all of that because you enjoyed the comforts, man. But now you don't want to deal with the cost associated with it. See, there's always a reckoning, man. All right, there's always a regression to the mean. That's a statistical term that we use in, you know, in numbers and analytics. It's called a regression to the mean. All right. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, regression toward the mean. It says in statistics, regression toward the mean is the phenomenon where if one example of a random variable is extreme, the next sampling of the same variable is likely to be closer to its mean. So I'll show you. You see right here, all right? You see how the line is going straight up, but you got dips in between. All right, meaning when things go up, you know, what goes up must come down. All right, so you're having a great year. These stocks are going up, and you're enjoying it, but you're really not worth that value. That means the real value is going to be realized. The real true value of America is about to be realized. All right, you're going to see that this was all inflated. These are a giant asset bubble. That's what it is. Okay, and things are going to regress. Regress means to go back. All right, it's going to go back down to its real value, man. That's when you see the line going straight up. It's going above, but it's always got to come down to its real value, man. All right, and this is a reckoning people are starting to see, man. This is not just in the stocks. This is through everything, man. Women have had an overinflated value. They're telling you that you're not only equal to a man now, but you're better than a man. Okay, like having Wi-Fi and cell phone signals and air conditioning. See, those things pumped your head up, but the real value of you, all right, is getting ready to be realized. When you take all of those things away, all right, you're gonna have to reassess what your real value is, man. And that's what the Lord is doing on a grand scale, man. All right, that's why it says you wiped away the looking glass, okay, then you'll see his rust is not been all the way wiped away, man. Okay, that's what's happening, man. That's the information war that's being lost, and the information war is there to disguise that the regression is already started, man. Okay, they're telling you, yeah, going 80,000, 100,000 in debt for you know, for a degree that pays 40 grand a year is empowering. That's good. That's what everybody's doing. Okay. But eventually it catches up with you. The debt piles up, man. Anyway, I'll close with this. The Isaiah 25. All right. Because the information war is lost. And we know what that precedes. That precedes violence. Okay. Because he's getting ready to be he's going to show you he's the bloody man shortly. He's going to show you that because the information war is lost. But what does that mean? What comes after that? Okay. Well, I can tell you what comes after that for the elect. All right. It says Isaiah 25. Let me see. Yeah, and 7. It says, "And I will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people." Okay. That's the regression to the mean, like the veil being lifted. Everybody sees, wait, this stock wasn't really worth $100. It's really worth $5. All right, and because you didn't sell, you're screwed. You bought that stock at $95, man, and you thought you up by $5 because it's worth $100 now, but it's really worth $5. Okay, that's what happens. He got everybody to drink the Kool-Aid and buy into this, man. Democracy, feminism. Okay, and it's all about to crash. It's already crashed, but they just haven't realized the losses yet. Okay, you got losses, and then you got realized losses. Okay, and eventually people are going to be so bad you're gonna have to sell that stock at $5. You could always hold on to it, okay, and have an unrealized loss and hoping it's going to go back up, or you can just sell it. Once you sell it, it's realized. Okay, people are gonna have to sell it at a major loss because they ain't gonna have nothing else, man. When the food starts getting crazy out of control, expensive, these grocery prices, watch how people start wilding out, man, and watch the level of violence that's gonna start coming out in Babylon, man, which is all prophesied, man. The sword is a plague the Lord promised for this place, man. Anyway, Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread over all nations. All right, which is I was just explaining. But for the elect, what's the next step? He will swallow up death in victory. So although these dark things are getting ready to come, they're getting ready to happen, we're all going to be tried, we're all going to be tested, we understand that the victory has already been written, okay? There's nothing he can do about it. If Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, if the Most High has deemed you one of his, your name is written in the book of life. Guess what? You're going to live. You're going to do more than live, man. You're going to thrive. You're going to rule. Okay? It says he will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will wipe away tears from off all faces. And all means the Israelites, not everybody. Okay? You know? Get out of this black only nonsense too, man. These camps talking about there's only black Israelite. No, there's not. Okay? We understand a very large chunk of us got brought over here to the Americas, all right? They had a term on us called black, but there are Hamites that are black, considered black, all right? It's for all Israelites, and you may look like a Chinese person, you may look like a Japanese person, you may look like a Southeast Asian person, okay, a Filipino, you know, you may look white, but if you hear these things and you're comforted by these words, man, that's a good sign. Because if you don't fear the Lord, there's nothing I can do or anybody can do for you. The Lord just don't rock with you like that. And because he's so angry, the consequence of that is death. Okay, this is what's called the second death written about in Revelation. Okay, over here in America primarily. Okay, and it says, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth, for the Lord Yahweh had spoken it. So all across the world, we know we're at the bottom of every society and every nation. We're at the bottom. Okay, we're a proverb and a byword in every nation. Okay, but the Lord said in all of these nations across all the world, that rebuke is going to be taken off of us, man, just like that. Okay, the scripture says he's going to break the staff of this devil, man. Okay, so I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rachak Kudash Shalom Kam Yasharal.